Okay, guys. So somebody is saying that I graduated from the chairman of the broke community, right? Because I relocated to the Netherlands. No, you people should keep the title alone. The title belongs to me. I just change environment, right? It doesn't mean that I'm running away from the community. I am still within. Why will you people say such a thing? Anyways, before you watch this video till the end, there is good news I want to pass here. Few days back, I dropped 2 scholarship videos. One is a fully funded scholarship sponsored by the European Union called Erasmus Mundus for those who are chasing master's degree programs. My question now is, did you apply for that scholarship? Yes, I'm talking to you. Did you apply? You have to answer the question yourself. Then 2 days later, I dropped another scholarship, which is the scholarship in a particular university in the Netherlands. Did you watch that video? Well, some people didn't watch. Those who watch, I know them already because they are already doing the application. Now, I will be bringing another scholarship which is open now and is going to close on the 12th of December, fully funded in the UK. Wait for the video. It is dropping tomorrow. But before you watch that video tomorrow, watch this video till the end. Listen to what I said about NECO. Listen to what I mentioned. In fact, everything I mentioned about proof of funds and this country, please, it's going to help you. Then, if you have doubts, book a call with me from the video description box, or you can write me on Facebook and book the call. Please, I am so busy. I will be responding to your comments from the comment section, okay? Thank you so much, and let us go. So today, let's talk about some EU countries and some specific things that you need to know before you start your application in this country. Yeah, I'm saying this because admissions, like applications, is already on in some countries like France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Sweden, Denmark, Italy, and so many other countries. And many universities are going to be opening their portals now. So I will start with the very first country, EU countries I mean here. These are some key points you should note. Let's talk about Austria. Austria is one country which is very good. Austria is a member of the EU, like I told you before, and you can move with family to Austria. But one thing you should understand is that Austria does what they call legalization. If you want to apply to Austria now and expect good results, you don't want to be hooked along the way you get. Make sure you do authentication, legalization, and of course, verification of your documents. First, authentication. Secondly, verification. And the last one, legalization. Now, you do this authentication at the level of the various ministry, education, foreign affairs. Then you do verification. For Cameroonians, you have to go to VFS Global. Then you submit your documents to them. They are going to do this process for you. For other nationalities, you are going to the Austrian embassy in Nigeria. For those in Nigeria, that's what I mean by other nationalities. I'm basically talking about Nigerians. When you do this procedure, they will also do what they call legalization. You have to pay for all of this. And the money, that is where most international students have a bit, or maybe say few problems, all right, or some few issues. Because for Cameroonians, I think you are going to be paying 700 euros, something like that. Then if you have a family, the price is equally different. And if you are moving alone, it's different. So it incurs a lot of money. I think I was calculating a few days back and the total was around 700k. So you should know all of this. And this procedure takes 6 months and even more. Some people say 6 months, but it's not just 6 months. It takes longer for this documentation, legalization, verification stuff to be over. Okay, even right now as I'm talking to you, I still have people waiting. And what basically happens is that you can submit your application to Austrian universities. Then when they notice that your documents are good to go, they will ask you for these legalized documents for you to submit them. And if you do not submit them, that is all. They will not give you the offer letter. So please put all of these things into consideration. Now, I'm talking because I know two people who applied to Innsbruck. I know another person who applied to Graz, University of Graz, University of Innsbruck. Some other people did with Klagenfurt. But those who did with Klagenfurt, they already have their documents. They already had their documents legalized. So if you do not legalize your documents, they will not give you admission. They will tell you to bring the documents and they will give you a date. I also know a friend who is in Graz right now studying. She was asked to bring her documents before a particular date, but she moved last year. Right? She moved about 8 months ago before I left Cameroon. So this is what you should know about Austria. I've talked about some key things. You can move with family. I mentioned proof of funds. It's somehow heavy. They need more than 13,000 euros as an adult. Like if you want to move to Austria as an adult, you need about 13,000 euros. Yeah. Anyways, the proof of funds is distributed according to age, because those who are below 24 years, they are showing less money, but somebody above 24 is going to show more money. So for the complete videos, if you type my name or you type the video proof of funds to study in Austria, you are going to find that particular video where my face is on it. So Austria is also a good country in terms of transportation. Austria is also good, but when it comes to living costs, it's a bit high up there. Not just Austria, by the way, so many countries in Europe. Let's go to Belgium. For their proof of funds, you have to do affidavit of support or you do blocked account. I understand that some schools are quite expensive in Belgium than others, and in this case they will be charging you differently. Now, a school like Ghent University does not charge too much money, but if you go to other schools that are private, in maybe business schools or even state schools that are, or maybe private institution, right, they will charge you more money. Now, the reason is that sometimes it's because they are private. Sometimes for requirements, Belgium does not accept NECO. Please note this. The most universities in Belgium will ask you for IELTS. Sometimes when you apply without IELTS, they may not take you. So you need to put this into consideration. Then after that, I think Belgium is more affordable than the Netherlands. But you also need to think about what you are going to study, what you are looking at in terms of job market. Okay, then let's talk about Bulgaria. I didn't go deeply into Belgium because I will be explaining some few details very soon that relates to some universities. If you want to apply, check KU Leuven, University of Brussels, Ghent University, University of Hasselt University, Mons University. There are many. Bulgaria is also one of the countries in Europe, EU, with a lot of acceptance rate now. But one thing I also want to say is when you get admissions to Bulgaria, try to process your visa early. And remember, proof of funds is very expensive and so big now. But for Bulgaria, comparing Bulgaria and Belgium, their proof of funds are not the same. Bulgaria is actually quite cheap. So if you don't have enough money and you think Bulgaria is a destination, why not go in there? And nursing in Bulgaria is not that expensive. You can check their universities and you're going to see what I told you. Then I also talk about Czech Republic. Now, one problem with Czech Republic is appointments to apply for visa. Even the appointments for super legalization or notification for certain people, for some people, it is not, it's not, how do they put it? It's not available. Now, what is the problem? I do not know. Nobody is saying anything, but I've checked their embassy many times. Like I've been checking. I thinking I will see something like that, but nobody is saying anything. However, you can book appointment with an email. I don't know if it's a call or email now, but that's what basically happened. Remember, there are still some schools in the Czech Republic that will allow you move to Czech before you pay your tuition. Others will ask for tuition before you apply for the visa. But make sure in all, you put all your necessary documents together so that at the end of the day you submit a strong application. And remember, to get the appointment is first of all a problem. There are cheaper schools in Czech Republic like University of South Bohemia and Thomas Bauer University. Well, there are others which may be more expensive. Even Czech University of Life Sciences may not be that affordable, well, for some programs, because some I know are less than 600 euros. But Does that mean that visa is easy? No. So in case you want to do anything like that, please, with Czech Republic, always think of first thing first, the appointment system, and secondly, will you be able to fund the program? Now let's go to Denmark. Remember, for Czech Republic, you cannot move with family. I want to talk about a country you can move with family now, and it's Denmark. If you intend to migrate to Denmark this year, remember, Danish universities are very, very expensive. So in case you are thinking that, oh, I will pay my fees, maybe just 4 million and I'm good to go. Bro, you have to pay. You do proof of funds. Now, let's assume that your money was just 6,000 euros and you applied to a school like the University of Copenhagen in Denmark, and they are asking you to pay 10,000 euros for tuition deposit. Now, how are you going to pay that 10,000 euros out of that money? Is it possible? Even if it's possible, when that money leaves that account, the other balance there will not, it will just be invisible, right? Which means that you will not be able to pay for the cost. Then in this case, I will advise you to move with your family. Go with your spouse, so that while she is going to school, right, you are working. Because of course, when you go in with your spouse, they will permit you work, and after your spouse finish her school, they will also give her 3 years to look for a job, to work for 3 years. You understand? So which is equally renewable, and in this case, you might just, you know what it means. So that is how Denmark is. There are jobs in Denmark. There are jobs in Copenhagen. I was speaking to someone yesterday and she was telling me about some jobs. Estonia, I'm not going to go very far. Please try to avoid Estonia as much as possible. Now, some people, I think there are 4 or 5, all got rejected. I don't think that maybe they were rejected because of documentation. I don't think so. Because if your documents are not correct, 5 people cannot have the same documents. They are not twin. They do not come from the same house. So please avoid Estonia as of now, because it is a no-go area. I will not even, at their embassy, you have to go to Egypt. You have to go to Egypt. Same thing like Latvia. Now let's take a look at this other country, France. France is open and accepting applications now. I've talked about many videos, like in most of my videos, I mentioned France, right? So you should take a look at France. I equally talked about Campus France, Institut Français, Etudes en France, and so many other things. Please put this into consideration. Then take a look at Germany. Germany is also open. Then look at Hungary, Ireland. Ireland is a bit expensive compared to Hungary and of course Greece. So you should put these things into consideration. And do not forget Latvia, Italy, and Lithuania are also top places you can enter, but they are not really strong like the Netherlands, Denmark, and all the others. Remember, Malta is also there. People have gotten so many rejections for Malta. Please try and avoid Malta. Then also Luxembourg. Luxembourg is not really, I don't see the big thing, but understand that as a person in Luxembourg or intend to move to Luxembourg, you have to start your application very soon. Application is going to start very soon, and I mentioned that on this channel. And also the Netherlands that I am, one feature about the Netherlands is that when you get admissions, you have to pay to the university for them to apply for your visa. You don't do the visa application. Your host does the visa application for you. Then Poland and Portugal. Poland does not have appointments up to date. So if you are applying to Poland, don't put your eggs in one basket. Distribute them in case Poland crash. Go into Slovakia and Romania. Slovakia is a very cheap country. Romania is a very cheap country, though Romania is very big. Please pick them. Pick them if you can afford. Then Spain, avoid Spain, because especially in Cameroon, I know people who haven't gotten visa for, I don't even know when they started applying for Spain, but maybe others are getting it, and not everybody will be rejected, by the way. Then Sweden is actually open now, so you can apply to Sweden, and maybe we can meet next year. I don't know. It's all about money and flights anyways, but we can always meet. So Sweden is open. Make sure you check the videos I did about Sweden. Then you start the application. It's so not really competitive, but Sweden this time, many people want to move with their maybe partner. So countries like Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Portugal, Austria would be so competitive this year. But again, I wish you all the best. We meet again in another one.